In this video, we're going to show how to set up the full version of the wizard, which is the integration version that includes the features to integrate directly with, say, Salesforce and QuoteWorks. So by default, the wizard always installs a version of the wizard that does not have the integrations included. And that is because with so many different variations on people's systems between the Windows OS and variations on Office, the integration version really requires a couple extra key things to be in place. So by always starting with the non-integration version, that ensures everybody has a version of the wizard that's going to run in almost every version and variation of Windows and Word. And then you can use that as your version that's going to set up the full version. So, you'll have the wizard desktop icons, and this Run Proposal Pack Wizard icon will be linked to the non-integration version. You can always right-click these shortcuts, bring up the properties, and if you look at the target, this will actually show you the exact file, Proposal Pack Wizard Win 10S V15, and the folder it's starting from. And these shortcuts also actually have a direct link to your Word exe file, which is going to be tied to the most recent version of Word that you have installed when you install the wizard. Also, if you just bring up your install folder, in this case we've installed the wizard on this computer into the D drive in the Proposal Kit Proposal Pack folder. By default it'll be in the C drive. So unless you did a custom install and changed where you installed it into, look in the C drive and then find the Proposal Kit folder and then the Proposal Pack folder. And you'll see two copies of the wizard document in there. Proposal Pack Wizard Win V and then whatever version number you have installed, and Proposal Pack Wizard Win 10S V and then the number. So the 10S version, this is the non-integration version of the wizard that is installed by default. But we want to set up the full version here. So I'm just going to start the normal 10S version. And a couple things to note is you will have to be running the 32-bit version of Microsoft Office to use the integration features. Okay, so we have the wizard running. Just click the Preferences button. Click the Integrations tab. And note these are all Expert Edition features. The basic novice version of the wizard is always going to be running the non-integration version of the wizard, so this is only applicable to Expert Edition users using the Proposal Kit Professional. We can do a quick test for compatibility, and this is just going to check your system and make sure you're using the 32-bit version of Office. And you'll want to click this Make Desktop shortcut. So that is going to make a new desktop shortcut, which is going to be the integration version of the wizard. And now it's going to ask us if I want to close this copy of the wizard. So let's just say yes, let the wizard close. And now, instead of this 10S version, the non-integration version, you'll see there's a new icon, Run Proposal Pack Wizard with Integrations. I can just double click this, and now I'm running the new copy. Now note, because we've never run this copy of the wizard document on this computer, it will ask us to enable the content. And now we can run the wizard from the Add-ins tab, or just close this and double click the icon again. And now we have the full version of the wizard running. So if this works fine, you can just remove this icon and just use the integration icon from now on. And now we can go into the preferences. And now you'll see we have access to all of the integration feature screens. And we can turn on QuoteWorks, Salesforce, Outlook, and so on. And that is all there is to it, switching from the non-integration version to the integration version of the wizard. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and click subscribe to keep up on the latest proposal writing tips with Proposal Kit.